Good afternoon, Daniel and other loyal friends. It's election time and a beautiful fall afternoon, so um, let's get to some pleasant news, perhaps. According to the Gallup poll, trust in the mainstream media is at a historical low, which kind of reflects on the attitude and the low ratings of the news media. Well, the U.S. media won't say it, but on October 16th, the United Kingdom or UK Telegraph Press released a headline that Trump will win in a landslide. Now the U.S. reporting, though, that Trump is surging to a popular 2-point favor in the popular vote. Real Clear Politics, which is kind of monitoring this election, shows Trump leading in all 7 swing states. And Republicans are leading in the Senate, in Montana, Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan, and within a whisper in Pennsylvania as well. And Dems are having it tough. Now the party, because Biden is deliberately causing Carmela problems, like hosting his news breaks before hers and not campaigning actively for her. In fact, they had to drag Obama out. And Obama was complaining that Harris has raised over $1 billion, but we haven't seen the same kinds of energy or turnout in our neighborhood. Our neighborhoods or our communities. He added, to be more pronounced with the brothers, he was referring to the Black communities and perhaps not the communities that he lives in Martha's Vineyard in Hawaii. But he tried to embarrass the Black males for not voting for, or not being enthusiastic about Carmela. But his message didn't go well with many of the Black males. In fact, actor Wendell Pierce said that, reflecting what others have said as well, that as Obama's words were an awful message. And Trump is very popular at the Blacks and expected to get the greatest turnout of Black vote in over a century. Now for a little history lesson that we're on the subject. And it goes back, I just want to mention that the fall of Constantinople in May of 1453 changed the world. It eliminated the Byzantine Empire, which meant European rule over much of North Africa and the like. And it was replaced by the Sultan Mehmed, who created the Turkey Ottoman Empire that lasted almost 1,000 years, over 1,000 years. It also forced the changing of commerce. How important that is when you think of Columbus in 1492, it was only 40 years later, and he was going to the east for spices and the like. It's all because of what happened in Constantinople, which is now Istanbul. This particular battle changed warfare forever. This is because prior to that, castles were the sanctuary. They were secure, and like Constantinople was the biggest castle in the world, and had 15 feet thick walls, 65-foot towers, impenetrable, stood there for 1,000 years. This came to an end because of a Hungarian gunsmith, Orbán, who built a powerful cannon that destroyed the 1,000-year-old stone walls. imagine 16-foot thick stone walls around the city of Constantinople. This cannon that they brought in weighed 15 tons. And hardly any roads back then. It was 27 feet long, and it shot cannonballs that were 30-inch in diameter, weighing 1,500 pounds each. And they could shoot that sucker 1.5 miles. And as a result, it eliminated castles constructions throughout the world, because now you had cannons to destroy them. And cannons would play an important weapon along with machine guns, tanks, and airplanes. And they helped change warfare. And that's what we see today. But now we see a new era coming on board. The era of the rockets. Although rockets have been around for over 2,000 years, the Chinese have used them. But now they've been developed to precisely deliver various kinds of explosives. They're no longer just for fireworks, including nuclear weapons. There are now what they call hypersonic missiles, traveling at speeds of over 4,000 miles an hour. And they maneuver while in flight, impossible to detect and to intercept. And Iran has the most sophisticated rockets in the world. And they are impossible to shoot down until something comes along, but at this stage of the game of war. And with these, a few weeks ago, the Israeli army, with 86 tons of high explosives, blockbuster bombs, aimed at the city of Beirut, and with killing hundreds of innocent Lebanese citizens. The sole purpose of this horrific bombing was to kill one man, the head of Hezbollah. And Benjamin Netanyahu boasted to Iran and others that Israel has a long arms and can strike anyone, anywhere. Well, Benjamin Netanyahu found out that Israel isn't the only one with long arms this week, and his own home and bedroom was blasted with a drone strike. Now, there's no reports whether he's there or not, or he's in his bunker, or whatever it was, but Israel has been kind of quiet about it. But the fact remains that they blasted Netanyahu's home, and they can hit other targets they wish. And so this will be a change in the contracting business. And of course, there's a lot of money in defense contracting. In fact, according to the LA Times, has reported that Raytheon, a very large U.S. military defense contractor, agreed to pay $950 million in a settlement to resolve allegations of fraud. That's almost $1 billion. Fine. Well, let's go on to another little subject that might be of interest, and that is this week in Russia, actually, BRICS met. Now, BRICS is, I mentioned it before, but it's of importance. It stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. A little bit about organization, about this, little information about this organization. The reason it was formed is because the USA sanctioned so many countries that meant they couldn't have easy access to U.S. dollar system. And that was developed after the Second World War, the Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944, and it set up the International Monetary Fund. So if the U.S. and its G7 get mad at someone, they would just make it very difficult for them to trade throughout the monetary system. So BRICS was formed as a counterweight to the West's G7 economic group. Now they're expanding more and more countries, and they're now greater than the G7. And they're looking now at boasting the use of their own international currencies within that organization. And that organization now has the economic power of over 70% of the world's economy. And they'll be increasing their membership in BRICS as well. But I just mentioned that just because it's something to think about, and you don't see it on the news, you don't hear it on the news, but we're going to see the effects of BRICS in the monetary system and the effect of the U.S. dollar. That's just something to think about. And so this short video just to bring up a few things, make you think. The election's coming. I'm optimistic. You should be optimistic. Things are going to get better. They may get worse before they get better, but they're going to get better. And as Paul Harvey would say, good day.